Did you know that nearly 80% of dog owners unknowingly do things their pets actually dislike? Ever wonder what your dog is really thinking when you pet them or play with them? In this video, we're uncovering the 9 things dogs secretly hate that humans do, and trust me, you'll want to stick around for number 7. Thing number 1, strong fragrances. A dog's sense of smell is thousands of times stronger than yours. Think about that. You know how some smells just hit you wrong? Now imagine experiencing that 1,000 times stronger. That's what it's like for a dog when you douse yourself in strong perfumes, colognes, or air fresheners. It's overwhelming, it's distracting, and frankly, it's just plain rude in the canine world. Imagine trying to track a scent to understand the messages left behind by other animals, and suddenly, bam! You're hit with a wall of artificial fragrance. It throws everything off balance. And don't even get me started on scented candles. Dogs are drawn to smells, remember? They want to investigate, to understand. A flickering candle with a strong scent is just asking for trouble. You might think it's relaxing, but your dog is probably stressed out trying to figure out what that overwhelming smell is and why you keep putting your nose near it. So do your dog a favor and ditch the strong fragrances. Opt for natural scents, or better yet, no scents at all. Your dog will thank you for it. And trust me, a happy dog means a happy pack. Number 2, dressing them up. Now, I understand the temptation to dress up your furry friend. Those tiny sweaters and booties can be adorable. But let me ask you this. Have you ever seen a wolf wearing a sweater? A coyote sporting a raincoat? No, because in the wild, practicality trumps fashion every time. Dogs are built for function, not fashion. Their fur is their clothing, providing insulation from the elements and protection from the environment. When you put clothes on a dog, you're restricting their movement, interfering with their natural cooling system, and frankly confusing them. They don't understand why you're putting these strange things on them. All they know is that they feel uncomfortable and restricted. Imagine trying to hunt, to run, to play with your pack, all while wearing a constricting outfit. Not fun, right? So, unless it's absolutely necessary for warmth or safety, skip the doggy fashion shows. Your dog would much rather have a good scratch behind the ears than be paraded around in a silly outfit. Remember, a happy dog is a dog that can move freely and comfortably. Number 3, blowing on their faces. You know that thing humans do when they think they're being cute or playful? Yeah, well, dogs don't see it that way. In the animal kingdom, blowing air directly into another animal's face is not a sign of affection. It's a challenge. It's a sign of aggression. Imagine a rival predator approaching you, puffing up their chest and blowing air in your face. You wouldn't think, oh, how sweet they want to play. You'd think, get ready for a fight. And that's exactly what your dog is thinking when you blow in their face. You're invading their space, you're overwhelming their senses, and you're sending mixed signals. One minute you're petting them, the next you're blowing in their face. It's confusing, it's stressful, and it can even trigger a defensive reaction. So do yourself and your dog a favor and resist the urge to blow in their face. Show affection in ways that make sense to them. A scratch behind the ears, a gentle pat, or a kind word. Remember, clear communication is key to a strong pack dynamic. Number 4, disturbing their sleep. Sleep is crucial for a dog's physical and mental well-being. It's when they process the day's events, consolidate memories, and repair their bodies. Disturbing a dog's sleep is like pulling them out of a dream, leaving them disoriented and grumpy. Imagine being suddenly woken up from a sound sleep. You'd probably be a little cranky too, wouldn't you? Now imagine being woken up repeatedly day after day. It would start to wear on you, wouldn't it? That's what it's like for a dog when their sleep is constantly interrupted. They never get the chance to fully relax and recharge, which can lead to stress, anxiety, and even behavioral problems. So, the next time you see your dog peacefully sleeping, resist the urge to wake them up. Let them sleep, let them dream, let them recharge. They'll wake up feeling refreshed and ready to take on the day, which means more tail wags and happy barks for you. Remember, a well-rested dog is a happy dog, and a happy dog makes for a harmonious pack. Number 5, hugs. Now I know this one might be hard to hear, but trust me on this. Those warm, comforting embraces that humans love so much? Yeah, dogs aren't really fans. In the human world, hugs are a sign of affection, a way to show love and support. But in the canine world, they're often seen as a threat. Think about it. When you hug a dog, you're putting your arms around them, restricting their movement and trapping them against your body. It's the opposite of what they need to feel safe and secure. In the wild, being trapped like that would make a dog vulnerable to attack. It would trigger their fight or flight response. So, while you might think you're showing your dog love by giving them a big hug, they might be interpreting it as a sign of dominance or even aggression. They might be feeling stressed, anxious, or even scared. And that's not the kind of energy you want in your pack. So, instead of hugs, try showing your affection in ways that dogs understand. A gentle pat on the head, a scratch behind the ears, or even just a kind word will go a lot further than a hug ever could. Number 6, keeping a tight leash. Yet, I see it all the time. Humans pulling and yanking on their leashes, dogs choking and gasping for air. It's a recipe for disaster, folks. A tight leash creates tension, both physically and emotionally. It's uncomfortable for the dog, it's frustrating for the human, and it can even lead to aggression and behavioral problems. Dogs are natural explorers. They want to sniff, to explore, to experience the world around them. A tight leash restricts their movement, prevents them from engaging in natural behaviors, and sends the message that they are not trusted to behave themselves. It's like walking through a museum with your hands tied behind your back. You can see everything, but you can't truly experience it. So, ditch the tight leash and opt for a loose one. Give your dog some slack, let them explore, and trust that they'll come back to you. Remember, a walk should be enjoyable for both you and your dog. It should be a time to bond, to de-stress, and to enjoy each other's company. Number 7, no rules. Dogs crave structure. They need boundaries. They thrive on routine. It's in their DNA. Think about it. In a pack, there's a clear hierarchy. There are rules, there are boundaries, and there are consequences for breaking those rules. This structure provides a sense of security and stability. It lets everyone know their place and their role within the pack. When you don't have clear rules and boundaries for your dog, it's like living in a world without gravity. They don't know what's expected of them. They don't know what's acceptable behavior, and they don't know what the consequences will be for their actions. This can lead to confusion, anxiety, and even aggression. So, do your dog a favor and establish some clear rules and boundaries. Be consistent with your enforcement and make sure everyone in the household is on the same page. Your dog will thank you for it. They'll be calmer, more relaxed, and more well-behaved. Number 8, being tense. Dogs are masters at reading human emotions. They can sense subtle shifts in our body language, our tone of voice, and even our scent. So, if you're feeling stressed, anxious, or tense, your dog is going to pick up on it. And guess what? It's going to stress them out too. Dogs are empathetic creatures. They mirror our emotions. So, if you're a ball of stress, your dog is going to become a ball of stress too. They might start pacing, panting, whining, or even acting out. It's their way of trying to cope with the negative energy they're picking up from you. So do yourself and your dog a favor and find ways to manage your stress. Take some deep breaths, go for a walk, listen to some calming music, whatever works for you. Remember, a calm and assertive human makes for a calm and submissive dog. Number 9, yelling. They don't understand the words we're saying. They rely on our tone of voice, our body language, and our energy to decipher our meaning. So when you yell at your dog, all they're hearing is a loud, jarring noise. They don't understand why you're yelling, they don't know what you want them to do, and they're probably scared out of their wits. Yelling is never the answer. It doesn't teach your dog anything except to fear you. It damages your bond, erodes their trust, and can even lead to aggression and behavioral problems. Remember, dogs are sensitive creatures. They thrive on positive reinforcement, not punishment. So the next time you're tempted to yell at your dog, take a deep breath and try a different approach. Use a calm, assertive tone of voice. Be clear and consistent with your commands, and reward them for good behavior. You'll be amazed at how much better they respond to positive reinforcement. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more tips on keeping your furry friend happy and healthy.